everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Tooltips. I hope you're having an awesome day. My name is Grant Hickey and welcome to Tooltips number 2. Today we're going to be talking about overwetting. Last video we talked about the best way to use a carpet cleaning wand. Today we're going to talk about what happens if you use that tool incorrectly. Whilst there are a number of different reasons for overwetting, which could be anything from incorrect use of the tool, too slower vacuuming, not enough dry passes, we didn't even pre-vacuum, and we've left a lot of soil in the carpet that's holding on to the moisture, which slows it down from drying. Maybe you don't use air movers to speed up the drying process, so ventilation might be an issue within the property itself. One area that I see a lot that people don't look at is the jets on their wand. Those small parts that spray the water through an orifice hole onto the material. So today I'd like to look at your jets. Now I've got a couple of tools behind me which have a range of different numbering in jets. So there's a tool that has 2 jets, 4 jets, 6 jets. Some of you might use tools out there that are a single jet tool, and that's fine. But what we need to be aware of, those jets consistently spraying water through them will start to wear. And that simple wearing process will make the hole that might be yay big, bigger, bigger, bigger and bigger. So when you're looking at your jets, you'll have some distinct numbers written on them. A couple of those numbers will relate to the size of the thread. So is it 1/8 or 1/4 inch? Some of them may not have any thread at all. It might be what we class as a flat jet. But the other numbers are the important numbers, and they relate to the angle and also the amount of water that they flow. Now don't get me wrong, I understand if people are running 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, I even heard 600 psi the other day. That will have a direct relationship of just how much water will push through the orifice and how quickly that orifice hole can wear and get bigger. So the numbers that we want to look at is what they call the angle and the water flow. And the first 2 or 3 numbers that are written on that jet relate to the angle. So it'd be 95 degrees, 110 degrees, or even 5 degrees. The next accompanying numbers will associate to the water flow. So we might have a 9501, 95 degree angle and 1 litre a minute. We might have a 110015, which might be a 110 degree angle and 1.5 litres a minute. We can have jets which flow 25 litres a minute, 15 litres a minute, just like we can have different angles. But the most common jets that we're using for carpet cleaning is a 9501, a 95015, a 110001, which relates to 110 degrees and 1 litre a minute. A 110015 could be a 110002. So all these numbers reflect just how much water they'll flow at what angle. But we need to be aware, after a period of time, that 01 jet is now an 02 jet. That 02 jet could be an 03. And if I have a look behind me here, where I've got a wand which has 6 jets on it that are all running at 01 flow rate, so it's flowing 6 litres a minute. After a period of time, if these are all wearing, and say they wore evenly, and they start to flow out 2 litres a minute, now this tool is flowing 12 litres a minute. And it doesn't matter how many more dry passes you do, how much extra air movement that you give it, such as ventilation, you're putting down more and more water, which will then create an overwetting issue. So what I want you to do for tooltip number 2 is have a look at these jets. Now, I used to be in the habit that every 6 months I would change the jets in my wand. Now that was obviously dependent on how much work I did. I got into the habit of doing it every 6 months because of the change of weather patterns, such as winter and summer. And I knew that every change in those 6 months meant that the tool was working correctly for me. If you want to check just how much water flow those jets are spraying, it's very, very simple. All you need to do is get a bucket, hook up your machine and spray the wand into the bucket and count to a minute. And if you have got 6 jets like I do here that are all flowing at one, we should roughly get around about 6 litres out of that wand by holding the trigger. But if you get 15 or so litres, then you know what? That might be the issue. And with that, could change the whole dynamics of the job. Thank you very much. Have a great day, and we'll see you for tool tips number 3.